So here we are, friends, and we are just opening this live feed covering the first supermoon of the year. I'm just checking some very final things, but as you can see, the moon is already there, and of course it's outstanding. So friends, here we are, and Gianluca Masi speaking from the Virtual Telescope project, and we are live again after last month penumbra lunar eclipse, and here we are to cover the full moon, actually the first supermoon of the year, and I'm very happy and pleased that we are having a very clear sky here. While this was originally scheduled to be from Rome, I'm now in Frosinone because I wanted to add some images, some different background with the moon rising from a different horizon. Gianluca Masi speaking. The Virtual Telescope project is bringing this to you live through our website, and I want to thank the technological partners of the Virtual Telescope project, and they are Unitron Italian Instruments, Software Bisque, C-Web, Santa Barbara Instruments Group, Planewave Instruments, and Bader Planetarium. And this is the first supermoon of 4 in a row, and so be ready, because even the next full moons will be super, and of course the Virtual Telescope will be covering all of them. I'm trying to adjust now the exposure. And I'm really hoping that you are enjoying this from home. The Virtual Telescope is always ready. It's always sitting under the stars to bring to you the wonders, the beauty of the sky. And the supermoon, you know, is nothing of has no scientific value at all. It is just a popular term we use to indicate that a given full moon, or also a given new moon, but a full moon is by far much more spectacular. A full moon happening when our moon is closer to our Earth than its average distance. You know, the moon is orbiting in about 1 month around our planet, so it takes about 1 month, less than 1 month, to complete an orbit. And this orbit is an ellipse, and it has a small degree of eccentricity. That is, it is not a perfect circle, you know. And obviously, because of this, the moon is sometimes closer, sometimes at a larger distance from us. And when the moon is closer, it is at its closest respect to the Earth, we call that perigee, and when it is at the farthest, we call it apogee. And when the full moon happens with our satellite close to the perigee, we have chances that it will be a supermoon. That is, it will be larger than an average moon. I want to say that the difference is just a little, is something very small, and I can tell you that this supermoon, the first of 4 in a row this year, is about 6% larger than an average full moon, and it is about 10–15% brighter. And this is why I always suggest you to look at it, even if I'm pretty sure you will never recognize it is super. It is impossible to remember how the previous full moon, probably a normal full moon, was, and of course you cannot easily understand, you easily say that the one you are seeing now is actually super. But I still want to tell that having such an opportunity to invite a lot of people around the globe to look up is always wonderful for me, and this is why the Virtual Telescope is always happy to bring these events to you live, and I hope that you appreciate this as well. We are running this from Frosinone, not far from Ceccano, where the Virtual Telescope is, of course, and I'm very happy that technology is making possible to everyone willing to have a look up there, just to join, just to have fun with us, friends. As you can see, the moon is already there, and of course it is rising. Actually, the full moon will be in a few hours by now, and by definition, the full moon, as seen from the Earth, of course, because of course we living on the Earth define this as a full moon. I just want to say that the full moon is visible from the Earth on the opposite direction respect to the sun. So when the sun is setting, the full moon is rising, and this is exactly the case. And image after image, as you can see, the moon is higher and higher because Earth is spinning and continually spinning, and of course it is the moon is climbing in the sky. And I hope that you are appreciating what the virtual telescope is bringing to you. Now let me adjust a bit the image. Just making sure that we have the best image possible. Here it is, a new image coming right away, friends. I'm just trying to make some adjustment while the moon is quickly climbing, you see. And for us, it's always such a joy to bring all this live to you. The virtual telescope is always, as I told you, ready to share what is happening there, even when we have, near Earth asteroids just crossing the orbit of our planet or coming very close to us, perhaps inside the moon orbit. We are always happy to share with you beautiful things like bright comets, like a star exploding somewhere deep in space and time, and even the full moon, and in this case the supermoon. Last month, exactly the previous full moon, we had the penumbral lunar eclipse. Nothing extremely spectacular, but still fascinating, and this is why, of course, as always, we were here just sharing with you the beauty of the sky live again. We really love doing this, bringing all this to you, friends. How beautiful is looking up, and we are running this from Frosinone, about 10 kilometers far from where the virtual telescope project is in Ceccano. And with our roving instruments, we are just out in the field, just facing the full moon and sharing it with you, friends. I really love doing this, and I hope that you enjoy this live experience from the comfort of your home. But again, I strongly suggest you to go out there to have a look yourself, because I always want to tell that looking at all this yourself is by far much more fascinating. How beautiful all this is, friends. I hope that you are enjoying, as I'm really happy and enjoying all this. Let me cover a larger field of view. Now that the moon is apparently leaving. Okay. I just asked the camera to cover a larger field of view so that at least we can enjoy a bit more what is around. How beautiful it is. I really love also the colors we have in the sky right now. Very, very nice. Very crystal clear sky. It is not as cold as I expected actually, but of course we are just after sunset, so the weather, the temperature will drop quickly by now, minute after minute, of course. You can see that mountains still have the sun. Just to give you an idea, here I can see some remote mountains, and just to show you how the sun is still just shining at the top of those mountains, while here in the valley, of course, we are still in the darkness. I hope that joining this quick live feed was rewarding for you. I really love looking at this all the time. I'm never tired to go and share these things. Even such a very simple thing as the rising full moon is really amazing, friends. Now I really want to give the moon a closer look. just to give you a closer view of our very beautiful natural satellite. And as I told you, all this is happening live thanks to the Virtual Telescope Project, friends. Every 15 seconds, the system is just collecting a new image so that at least you can enjoy the live experience. And I really hope that you are really finding this rewarding for you, and that joining us was well worth your time. Now I'm trying to go back to add some panorama. And I really believe that all this is amazing. And you can also just enjoy, I mean, the colors that are slowly spreading all around. How beautiful this is. I'm happy that we are working under very nice, very clear skies. I really hope that you are enjoying this. The virtual telescope is always ready to bring to you what is happening up there: eclipses, near Earth, asteroids, comets, whatever we find of interest is always welcome on our website, our project, the Virtual Telescope Project. We have been around for 14 years almost now, and over this long time we really try to bring to you the beauty of the cosmos and sharing the spectacular things happening up there all the time. This was intended to be a quick view, and we are approaching the end of this live feed, and I hope that it was worth for you to have a look with the moon rising soon after sunset. and a few more images, now using a wider lens, just adding a bit more panorama. Now that the moon is higher and higher, so it is harder and harder to get together a big moon with the panorama, of course. So we are going to end in a few minutes this live coverage, friends. And some animals are adding such a beautiful natural feeling. Just trying to make okay. And this is the final image. I apologize for the orientation, but I had to change the orientation on the camera. And with this, we are actually ending our live coverage. And a few more images actually. And with this, we are really ending our live coverage from Italy, from Frosinone. It has been a pleasure always to share with you this site, even if it was a quick live, but looking at the supermoon rising was to me something well worth to be shared, and I hope that your time with us was well worth your choice to be here, and I'm looking forward to bring to you more things. You know, the virtual telescope is always sitting in the very first line doing this, bringing to you what is happening somewhere deep in space and time. From the virtual telescope project is now everything, and I really hope that it was for you something nice, something good to look. Thank you so much. Keep looking up and stay tuned with the Virtual Telescope Project. Gianluca Masi, Italy.